still swarming us! All ships, take them out!
Their grav drives down.
No attack! You're messing with the best pirate!
Enemy's grav drive disabled. Attacked their grav drive. You took out their jump drive. They've lost grav drive capability. Enemy's shield. Enemy's targets. Enemy's jump drive is offline. Full engine loss on target.
You're not setting one
They're not
goddamn
jumping
foot in
out of
here!
here.
Quit flying in circles
They're
and
not
get your
jumping
ass
out of here.
aboard. We need to talk.
They're dead in
Now.
space.
You are the greatest. No, better than the greatest. I know that's grammatically impossible, but somehow you managed to do it.
Nice clean dock, Captain.
Always a satisfying moment to return to your ship.
All right, don't stand there looking stupid. Everything's going to hell and Delgado needs you in operations. Not yet, but hey, if you stand here long... Yeah? Well, Ikande's throwing everything he's got at us, but that is unless you want to keep standing here talking.
The whole station's on high alert. We're getting ready.
Hello, everyone. I'm Gail Dunnigan of SSNN, and this is Galactic Talk. My guest tonight is one of the most notorious criminals in the settled systems. His ruthlessness and desire for wealth has landed him squarely at the top of the wanted list for every major law enforcement agency in the galaxy. I am, of course, speaking of the self-appointed leader of the Crimson Fleet himself, Jasper Cricks. Good evening, Mr. Cricks.
Good evening, Gail. Thank you for accepting my invitation.
Yes, well, being blindfolded and then grav jumped to what appears to be an abandoned mining facility.
You're gonna keep a kill
isn't
count?
exactly what I call
Everyone's
an
gunning
indication.
for the high score.
Well, I'm sure you're not surprised that your request for an interview would come with some very specific conditions.
Frankly, I was a bit surprised to receive any type of response at all. Would you mind telling me why you decided to do this interview?
Because there comes a time in every pirate's life where they have to make an extremely important decision. Do they take a leap and become one of the most legendary pirates in history? Or
We
do
have an
they
emergency
simply
going
spar
on,
subsisting on freighters and deep space privateers?
So are we to assume that you are taking the leap? That Jasper Crix is moving on to bigger and better things in his life?
That's spot on, Gale. That's exactly why you're here.
Interesting. Well then, would you mind sharing with us exactly what your particular leap entails?
In due time. There's no rush. In fact, I'd say we have at least 12 hours before the authorities trace this broadcast. Plenty of time to discuss.
Bring him on.
Like.
System doesn't stand a chance against the fleet.
All right then. Perhaps the best place to start this interview would be at
The
the
whole
beginning of your
station's on
career.
high alert. We're getting ready for an all-out war.
Proceed.
Shouldn't you be talking to Delgado?
The Crimson Fleet is not to be trusted, no matter your relationship with them. You have my attention. Indeed I do. All yours. Right.
I don't know if you've heard, but SysDef's decided to pay us a little visit.
Shots don't scare me.
Hell yeah. We took out that first wave, no problem. Oh yeah? Well, it ain't just SysDef.
Battle's just getting started.
So when the next attack comes, we're gonna need every last junker in the fleet out there with guns strapped to them.
Delgado will work out a battle plan. All we need to do is follow.
This is the life, right? Is that it? That is Crix's legacy? Dios mío. I can't believe it's right here. Jazz, fire up the analyzer. Can you confirm?
It's true. You were right all along, Del.
You know, there were moments, doubts. I almost stopped believing it was real, that I was chasing ghosts. But then came that day on Subarov, and everything changed. And now, here it is. Crix's legacy. Our future. Of that, there can be no doubt. Agreed. Crix's legacy secured our financial freedom. But what good are creds if you can't spend them? Now, only one thing stands in our way. The vigilance. Speak of the devil. Jazz, what is the situation?
Looks like Ikande is starting to move.
Typical SysDef. The sharks are so bloodthirsty, they won't even give us time to bask in the moment.
You understand he is a man who finds it very difficult to accept a loss.
They're afraid of us. With Crix's legacy in hand, Ikande knows we're unstoppable. It's a desperate move that's going to end with UC SysDef losing everything. The legacy is not going to keep us from getting killed. So yeah, this isn't the time to start handing out medals. Like I said, we'll celebrate and get drunk later. Right now, we have bigger problems. Those first few SysDef ships were only scouts, trying to confuse us and probe our defenses.
Which means they're playing it smart. They're gonna try to take out our defensive batteries before bringing in their big guns.
The batteries are the only thing we have with enough electromagnetic firepower to punch through the Vigilance's hardened shielding. We lose those batteries, we lose everything. Standard weapons don't stand a chance against the Vigilance's shields.
The batteries are massive versions of the EM weapons you'd mount on your ship. You know, designed to overload enemy shield generators. A direct hit from all three is guaranteed to bring that beast's shields down so you can take out its engines.
Exactly. Jazz, lay the plan out for us.
We're gonna hold the fort here while you hop back into your bird and head for those defensive batteries. For optimal firing coverage, we're keeping them far from the key and each other. So you'll have to jump to each one individually.
You see any Staff ships get within pissing distance of the batteries, you take them out. In the meantime, we'll secure Crix's legacy here and have Shinya begin cracking the encryption right away. If I wanted you dead, I wouldn't take a chance that you might survive the battle. I'd shoot you in the head, right here, right now. As it happens, keeping you alive is going to end up being much more lucrative for everyone. Receiving a cut of those credits is the only thing that is convincing the fleet's captains that it's worth risking their own lives to defend the key.
Hey, if it's any help, you can count on one hell of a party when you get back.
Amen, Jazz. Once the batteries are online, we will start our attack of the Vigilance. We'll tear apart the shields, board the ship, and bring Ikande to his knees. Then you have your orders. Oh, and one last thing before you go. In preparation for the attack, Ikande arrested some of our people. While you're aboard the Vigilance, you might want to spring them from the brig. All right, that's it. If you have any questions, now's the time. Otherwise, good luck.
What did you need, Hotshot? Nope, just keep SysDef from blowing the things to bits. I'm already working on remote connecting to them, but there's still a hell of a lot I need to secure the uplinks and charge them for firing. Buy me as much time as you can, and watch yourself out there. In order to have maximum coverage for any possible approach to the key, we've moved the batteries from their original positions. They're in orbit around Suvorov, but we shift their track from time to time to keep the enemy guessing. Pretty smart, huh? Yep, they were part of the station's original design. The UC built them to cover the lock, but they didn't even have a chance to fire them way back when Crix stirred up that riot. Since we're now using them to target the Vigilance, we're basically turning their own weapon against them. If you left 5 minutes ago, they'd still have you beat. Not gonna sugarcoat it, it's likely all 3 batteries will be offline by the time you get there. But those things are resilient. Just clear any SysDef ships and I can get them back online. You just leave that to me. Sure. Let me punch that up and we can have at it. Yeah? Forget something? I'd love to take your money, but I've got plenty of it.
Hurry up! Steph is kicking in our front door. Only the idiots who are stupid enough to get caught. Like a few of our grunts that got drunk and passed out right near the Jemison jump point. If you can free any of them, I'm sure they'll be happy to pick up a gun and lend a hand. By itself, the Vigilance can't take us out. The real problem are all the escort ships interfering with the defensive batteries. I bet he can't convince those assholes at Mass to risk a couple dozen ships to make sure we're destroyed before we put Crix's legacy to good use. Basically, Steph is pushing in all their chips on this hand. And so are we. If you let that happen, we won't have the firepower to punch through the Vigilance's shields. That means no more Key, no more Crix's legacy, and no more Crimson Fleet. That clear enough for you? This is headed straight over to Shinya Voss. You'll plug it directly into the Reckoner's core and start decrypting the data right away. Knowing how fast he works, we should be swimming in credits by the time you get back from kicking Steph's ass. It's all been leading up to this moment. Don't screw it up.
It would seem that none of the wealth stolen over the decades has been spent on upkeep for the station. This bodes poorly. Any adventure you can fly away from. Is that how the saying goes?
I'm listening.
I'm in the mood. For a mocha macchiato. How about it? Using ice, of course.
being part of your crew is just the best.
Hey. Now that we have a moment, after your... Why am I concerned? Ah, yes. I find that, according to what I've heard, we're dealing with some... Although I don't know the exact... I don't have any sign. Well, good. That temple proves we're dealing. The problem is... It's a possibility I've considered, but I'm not 100% convinced. The only thing we can be certain... But it's just that... All we know for certain at this point is that anything else is just guesswork. Oh my goodness, absolutely. Who was this wondrous structure built to Yes, exactly. It's funny. Never in my wild... I just hope that you'll come through. Well, yes, of course you are. I was speaking of the power you've... look, I've already taken... All I can do, whatever might be happening.
I heard you're fluent in over 24 verbal, and this all feels... like that was a good talk. It'll be hard to top it, but you always manage.
Yeah? Docking seal released.
to do a remote fix, will ya?
Let's see what you got.
Drive out of commission.
Beta battery is down. Sysdef must have knocked something loose. Buy me some time to do a remote fix, will ya? Must have knocked something loose. Buy me some time to do a remote fix, will ya?